$139,688.70 selling ads to local businesses at 18 years old. I guess I turned 19 last month. But anyways, in this video, I'm going to show you the 5-step framework of what I would do in order to get to where I got to and start making money online. Now, I know how painful it can be watching hundreds of YouTubers of like 16-year-olds making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And I understand how painful that is. So hopefully in this video, you can take some value from this and literally just copy the steps that I took and even speed run the process. I have spent over 8 months failing, making no money at all, and I'm hoping with this framework here in this video and these 5 steps, I can actually save you time and kind of skip that process that I had to go through. Because let me tell you something, failing for 8 months and making no money at all is really, really fucking painful. So hopefully in this video, I can save you those 8 months and just speed run your progress that much by showing you these steps. So without further ado, let's jump right in. I could honestly sit here and tell you to watch these YouTube videos and have you get the same result, but in actuality, this is just not how it works. I spent 8 months just researching, looking at videos, trying to learn everything because I truly believed that I could just do this myself. I didn't need outside help. And that's what I thought. So that's what I did. And I spent over 8 months just wasting time, just trying to find something that works given the current market right now. And like, I didn't do it. I couldn't do it. There's too much information online. Right now, we're living in just like more of a digital age, right? There's like thousands of videos online. There's so much good information out there, but there's also so much bad information. And the only way you can filter it out is if you have someone already with you that knows what's working right now. The first thing I would do to save 8 months of progress and start making money online is to pay a coach/mentor and buy the correct information. Save yourself the 8 to 12 months. Save yourself the 3 years of actually just looking and learning and trying to find the correct information. And just buy it. That is the easiest thing you can do to speed run your progress. Let me explain something to you. Let's say you have 2 different people, right? This is person A and then this is person B, right? Person A decides, you know what, I'm going to go into debt and buy a course. Person B says, oh, now it's fine. I can learn everything on YouTube. Person A pays for this course and starts his progress right here, while person B starts their progress right here. And the scary part about this is that this time frame from here to here or to here to here, this could be 3 years. You don't know, especially nowadays because there's so much damn information on there. So this could be 3 years, this could be 6 months, you don't really know. But the point is if you're just willing to go into debt, if you're willing to take a risk and actually like throw yourself in, you can just save all of that time and just remove that from the equation and start and go up so much faster, so much sooner. Now, I wish I knew this. Because if I were to go back and tell my younger self to do anything, I would tell myself to do this sooner, right? And actually take the leap and not just think I could do it myself. Because that thought and that belief that I could do it myself, it failed me. I could not do it myself. And it was evident because if I could, I would have already done it. So that's the first thing I would do. The second thing I would do is figure out what you actually want in the first place. I have a really good video. I'll put it right here or here about mapping out my life vision. And it's really key that you figure out like what you actually want, because I see so many people online try to start an online business because they want financial location freedom, all this bullshit. But like, you don't even know what you want in the first place. So figure it out and then come back to this because it is so true that everything that you actually like aspire to get with entrepreneurship, you will get, right? And the thing is that how can you get somewhere and make a certain amount if you don't even know what that is in the first place? I don't know if I'm the only one that's confused by that, but like, so I want you guys to figure out what you actually want in the first place. Let's say you want this juicy Porsche 911. This is all you want, right? And you've defined that, you've declared that, you know how much money you want to make, you know like where you want to live, all that good stuff. Just figure out why you want that thing. It's not that hard, right? If you can draw an arrow and say, why do I want this? I want a Porsche so I can, go fast. Okay. I want to go fast so I can look cool. Why do I want to look cool? So I can make friends. Why do I want to make friends? So I can stop being lonely. And the whole point of this is that like you can think that you want this, you want financial freedom, you want locational freedom, but in actuality, you just want to stop being lonely, right? Like this is really, really powerful, is just figuring out what you actually want in the first place and more importantly, why you want it. Because the people that don't do this, I see it all the time, right? All over the internet. And they just like, it's like you're setting sail in an ocean and you have no navigation system, you have no trajectory, you have nowhere to go, and you don't even know where you want to end up, and you literally just set sail in the ocean. It's like the wind just blows you around and you end up in just like some random ass island or some place in Africa, and it's like you have to figure out what you actually want. Otherwise, no matter what you do, you're not going to get it. Like you can't fucking throw a dart and expect to hit the bullseye if you fucking throw your dart like this. Like there's nothing you can do. So you have to figure out what you want in the first place. And I wish I did this more. It wasn't until I figured out exactly what I want, like I could map it out, like I want this watch, I want this place, I want this clothing, I want all this, until I actually made it happen and it came true. And it's really interesting how it works. But the third thing I would tell myself to save time and make a lot more money faster online is to pick a niche, a problem, and solution and stick with it, right? I showed you guys exponential charts of 2 people earlier, and it's the same thing with your niche, problem, and solution, and it works just like this. So this right here is your depth of understanding, right? And if you have, let's say this is your niche, this is your problem, this is your solution. The more you understand your niche, the more you understand your problem, the more you understand your solution, inevitably the more money you will make. But it's exponential, right? And what people fail to understand is that they don't pick a specific niche, a specific problem, and a specific solution. And so what happens is, instead of throwing themselves on this trajectory and sticking with it and eventually inevitably going down and making a bunch of money, what they do instead is they don't pick one at all and don't stick with it. And so they don't even get put on the chart in the first place. And so what you have to do is pick a definite niche, a definite problem, and a definite solution you want to solve. For me, my niche was roofing. The problem was lack of roof replacements. And the solution was running paid ads for scalable growth. Thing is that the only reason I was able to succeed and make money with any of these is because I stuck with one. Because let me tell you something, if you take your niche and you change it, let's say you end up right here, right? You learned a little bit about the niche, you know more about the market, and you change it because you think the niche is bad. So what happens is you get put all the way back at the beginning and you have to do that all again. And people fail to understand this. And it's the same thing with the problem and solution. And so the only way to actually make good money is to stick with something for a long period of time and be consistent with it. This is the only way. And I wish I could show my younger self this. Because I was in the gym niche for a while, then I was in roofing, and then I was in fucking like remodeling. Like, I wish I just stayed in the same one. Pick a niche, pick a problem, pick a solution. I have good videos on niches, problems, and solutions all on my channel. And number 4 is be consistent and trust the process. The thing that I'm finding out now in my life is that everything good comes from being extremely consistent, like insanely consistent, right? This is the only way good things come. And I'm only noticing this now, and that like, I don't realize it, but I've made so much progress. And the only reason why is because I keep chopping away every single day. I can show you guys my war map for fucking 1.5 to 2 years of just consistent inputs and things I got done every single day for that entire time frame. And what people fail to understand is that like, they think it'll all just come in a month, right? I just need to work really hard for a month. Just 30 days, that's all I need, of 12-hour days. And it's like, sure, that will help. But if you can't do that sustainably for a long enough time, then just fucking forget about it. It doesn't matter. Like, you're not going to hit your goal. And the reason is because you're not consistent. It's the same thing with working out and like anything else in life. Like, you just have to just slowly chip away every single day and expect nothing. And eventually you make enough progress, you could start to tip the scale. You could start seeing the exponential progress and just, build with it. And the thing is that people don't see that because they're not consistent and they don't trust the process. If you truly trust the process, there is no plan B. There is no backup. There is no college degree if it doesn't work. There is no go back to school. There's no get a job. Like, there is not, that just doesn't exist, right? And if you trust the process, if you know what I know now, and if I was able to tell myself this as a younger kid, I would not have gone to like college, even if it was just for 2 weeks. I would have probably dropped out of high school. I would have spent my time doing what actually matters and focusing on constraints and inputs. And the thing is that like, people don't trust the process. Trust the process, okay? You can work for 6 months straight and make nothing. And I did that. I did that for 10 months, basically. And people just expect to get everything handed to them in just fucking 1 month. It's like, you have to trust the process, okay? Things don't happen overnight. As much as they seem like they happen overnight via YouTube, they don't. The 5th and final thing I would tell myself is constantly change your identity and be weary of your environment, because the people you spend your time with really dictate your beliefs, your thoughts, your actions, just everything that you do. And I could tell you one thing, this is why I moved out of my house, my hometown, right? It's like, I made enough money online where I was like, okay, I need to move out. That was my first priority. And the reason why is because my parents, my family, my brother, all these people were just telling me, oh, it's fine, you can go to school, you have a backup plan, like this stuff might not work, like you're not making that much money, it's fine, you're just trying to start your little business. Like, those, when people say things like that, and they just, it's impossible, you love them, right? They're your family, but they don't understand. And it's not a bad thing. It's fine, right? It's just a different way of living. but you can't be around that. Maybe not that often. And it's important to spend time with them, obviously, because they're your family and you love them. But if you want to make real growth and real progress, you have to constantly be changing your identity, changing who you see yourself as, changing how you see yourself. And you really have to be weary about those few people that you constantly spend time with. Even if it's just a dinner, right? And you're with your family and they just say like, oh, how's your little business going? Like, just anything that can just slowly just tip the scales and make you believe less in like what you're doing. That is what's really dangerous, and I would really like to tell my younger self that. It's honestly sad how many people get caught in this loop of just like stuck with their friends, and they just can't find new friends, and they can't like find people that are better than them, and they constantly just like fall to the level of their identity. And if you can see yourself in a better way and transform like who you think you are, which is hard to do when you're in a bad environment, but when you can do that, then your standards just constantly raise, right? Everyone has the cyclical highs and lows, right? But if you can do this, change your identity, you can raise that bar, and then you start existing in those oscillations up above. And you just keep doing that, right? You keep upgrading your identity, upgrading who you see yourself as. Just think about like what you're doing, right? What you're doing with your time, what you're doing to grow as a person, and just be very, very careful about who you spend your time with. Because even if you don't realize it, you will adopt the beliefs and acceptances and thoughts and experiences of people around you. And this is something that happens naturally, and you can't completely filter it out no matter what you do, because that's what you hear, right? That's the information that you perceive. So you just need to be very careful about your environment and weary, and you will make a shit ton of money online. Okay. So I hope I was able to save 8 months of your life in this video. But if you're an agency owner and you want to know the specifics on how to build that niche, how to build that problem, how to find that solution, and actually stick with it until you build a sustainable and reliable income like I have, then I want you to click the first link in the description. It's a sales funnel directly designed to sell you something. I'm not trying to bullshit you. It's no free school group, no Discord server, no Telegram, no whatever. So I want you guys to click that if you want to grow and build a sustainable agency. And if you enjoyed this video, there is a button for that. There is a like button. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. So without further ado, I will see you guys in the next one, and thanks for watching.